My name is Barreto, and I teach New Testament at Luther Seminary in St. Paul, Minnesota. One of the assigned lectionary texts for this week is James chapter 3, verses 1 through 12. The book of James is full of lots of practical advice, and at first glance we might maybe not take it as seriously as, say, the letters of Paul. But I think that in that practical advice about how we as Christians live together, there's a great deal of profound theology and a real strong conviction about how we live together with people that we may not have very much in common with. This text particularly deals with instructions to teachers. In the text, he goes on to talk about the power of language. And he'll explain that our tongues are like fire, and that with a very small spark, we can start a great raging forest fire and cause a lot of destruction. Our tongues are also like the rudders on a ship, that although they're a very small part of the body, they can move a very large body and have a great effect on people around them. And James is reflecting on the very power of words, especially the power of words to destroy one another. And James essentially says that should not be the way it is. It's important, I think, to remember where the passage starts. It's an admonition, it's a warning for people who strive to be leaders and teachers in their communities. That with that great power comes a great deal of responsibility, and with that great power comes the ability to harm other people. So we have to be extraordinarily careful and extraordinarily thoughtful about the words that we speak and how we use that power. The warnings of James are particularly appropriate at a time like this, when political campaigns are ratcheting up, when the political discourse is getting more and more coarse, when all we want to do is turn off the news because we don't want to hear any more of this political mudslinging. That coarsening of political language has repercussions for how we treat one another. And I think we deserve better from our politicians, and we should demand better from our politicians. I think one important insight that James as a whole, and this passage in particular, teaches us is that faith is not just about the stuff that we think, not just about the beliefs we hold most dearly, and not just about what we do on Sunday morning. Faith is about life lived together with other people. Faith is about how we treat our neighbor. Faith is how we talk to one another. As long as we isolate faith to a Sunday morning activity, then it won't change our lives, and that faith will come back to us empty.